At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. We have ignition sequence start. The engine's now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off with power.
And we are back on Rocket Shop. This is Genevieve Rossi, and I'm here with Jessica Amelia. Hello.
Hello.
Can you introduce yourself and your music a little bit to our listeners?
Yeah, my name's Jessica Amelia. I'm a formerly loud punk rock girl, now a somewhat quieter punk rock girl. I'm a visibly trans woman, and a lot of my music reflects that experience.
Awesome. Can you start us off with a song?
Yeah. I'm actually going to start us off with two because they're short. Cigarettes like kisses, I'll teach you how to wear lipstick, but that's in bed. Is this girl your friend? They always want you dead, 'cause to them you're just another man. Well, I said, do you feel like a woman now? Do you? 'Cause they always want you dead, 'cause to them you're just another man. Said to them you're just another man. Are you miserable the way you live? I know I'm certainly just sick of it. Living for caffeine, hold me to sleep. We're all working to death, making landlords rich, 'cause we're just shells, we're just bodies. If we let them make us commodities, I'll pay for this in heartbeats. I'll break down my dead in breaths. About as bad as it seems. I gave up my dreams. 'Cause we're just shells, we're just bodies. If we let them make us commodities, gotta believe somehow. I know, it can always be worse than this, right? Right? Gotta believe somehow, 'cause I know we're better than this. Yeah, we're just shells, we're just bodies. We're just shells, we're just bodies. We're just shells, we're just bodies. If we let them make us commodities. If we let them make us commodities.
Beautiful. What were the names of those two songs?
That was Do You Feel Like a Woman, followed up with Commodities.
Beautiful. And are those off of an album or anything, or do you just do singles? I saw your Bandcamp.
I have an album coming up. It's going to be on Bandcamp and on cassette. It's called Only Trans in the Laundromat. So the first song will be on the album. The second one is already up on my Bandcamp as a single.
Awesome. And can you just kind of start me from the beginning of kind of your musical life story? How
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
into music?
Can I just grab my other guitar real quick?
Of course.
So I grew up as a very confused individual, I think as a lot of trans women do. And, but I grew up in the punk rock and hardcore scene and played a lot of punk rock and hardcore. Actually, there's a poster over there of the time my punk rock band played the fair for Big Heavy World. I mean, I've been in Burlington forever. I played in a lot of punk and hardcore and thrash bands. And actually, some of these songs are those songs with the lyrics reworked into folk music.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you kind of grew up in Burlington, you grew up with kind of the 242 scene.
Yes, definitely.
How have you kind of been transformed by the Burlington punk scene? Do you think it's been a big influence in your music?
Oh, yeah, it definitely has. Just that they've always been very supportive of any musical endeavor that I've had. It was a little tough growing up as someone who knew she was a woman but wasn't out because there was a lot of misogyny in the scene. And that made it a little harder for me to make my transition.
Yeah. And kind of, so in Burlington and the greater world, do you think that your perception as a woman artist, like in punk, is like very, how do you think you're received as a female artist in punk?
Since I've been out, and then maybe it's just because I haven't been out, you know, I lived half my life pretending I was male, more than half my life. Since I come out, everyone's been really, really supportive of me. I can't say that's the case for everyone. And maybe it's just the friend group that I have. I play most of my shows with other LGBTQ musicians and stuff.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
So we have like a little scene of our own, like a little like over there.
Enclave. I love that.
Yeah.
The LGBT like enclave of punk is amazing. And kind of in the Burlington scene, do you think there are like a lot of spaces where you like have a big following, kind of like your enclave has its own venues, or is it all like you're very well integrated into the rest of the larger scene?
See, I'm kind of like out of the idea of a larger scene. Like I don't know what the larger scene is anymore. But I definitely know we have spaces. My beautiful young friend Adrian has a rehearsal space that she opens up for shows. You know, so I know places, and I don't know, like, because it's all kind of like on the DL, so I don't want to like
Yeah,
say
no,
here
you
it
don't
is or
say-
anything
yeah.
like that. But we have our own thing going on. I don't know how it fits into the big thing because I don't know what the big thing is anymore.
Well, the DIY thing's way cooler anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you want to play me another couple songs?
Yeah. I wish Jeremy was still here because he might remember this one. This is an old Drive the Hour song. This is my old punk band. It's called Never Doubt What We Got. It's coming from the heart. Remember you're beautiful when they say you know. Don't let them break you, make you what you want. They can never blood, they can't have a heart. They can't destroy what they can't comprehend. Heart's still beating, do you think that's a threat? They can never blood, they can't have a heart. Hearts are harmed. In every breath, in every beat, the sound of the springs in the mechanism winding down. I won't let go. Have my blood, but you can't have our hearts. You can't have our hearts. You can't have our hearts. I figured out the problem. I forgot to turn this one up.
Oh,
Technical
got it.
difficulties.
It's all good.
Sorry if no one on the radio could hear the guitar.
It's awesome.
That better?
We've got sound. Yay. The
So I have
guitar.
a acoustic guitar with a pickup and a microphone in it, and apparently I forgot to turn it on when I changed guitars. So
It happens.
life lessons. That's a bummer because that's a good song.
You can redo it. Yeah, you can play it again if you want.
I don't really want to play the same song
You
twice.
totally don't
That's
have to play
silly.
it again. But so you're up here as a single artist right now, and you've played with bands before. Do you have like a preference? Do you prefer to kind of be a solo act, or do you like to be with a band?
I miss being in bands. I miss being in front of a loud rhythm section with an electric. This was in Hall an accident. I bought the other acoustic guitar. I bought it at a thrift shop for $40. I bought this one for $30 off a cokehead. And I just was like banging around on them, and my band broke up, and I was like, I'm just gonna play some songs. And I got one of my favorite musicians they were doing a solo tour, and we got them to Arts Riot, and I was like, hey, can I open up?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I need to like play stuff. So it was a bunch of my old songs and some new things, and went with it. And this is what I've been doing for the last couple of years, to 2 or 3 years now.
That's awesome. I think you're a great solo act. You've got great energy. Like
Thank you.
you're good. Do you think kind of being a solo artist, you've kind of evolved into your own type of songwriter? Because you were writing songs before, but have you kind of written differently now that it's
I
just
have.
you?
I have. And I think definitely, I still play a lot of my old songs stripped down and changed and alternated, but I've definitely realized how if a song is a good song, it has to sound good stripped down to its bare bones.
Yes, absolutely.
There are a lot of things that I thought were good songs, and they were good. They were good. But like when you pull it down to like one person and an instrument, it just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for a song to be a good song, it has to work like that.
Yes, absolutely. And so in writing your songs, do you write a lot from like your own perspective about your own kind of issues, or do you write about the larger world, or both?
I
or-
write a lot about my own issues. I think most of the songs that I've written currently are about my life as a visible trans woman, which has really changed my life experience. But even before that, I mean, a lot of my songs, and they're oblique. Like, I don't think some of them are very obvious, but a lot of them are oblique, and you're like, wait, what's that about? And I'm like, actually, it's about this Thanksgiving that I had at my roommate's house, and this guy brought in a red spotlight, and it was, but you can't tell hearing it. But yeah, I definitely write from my experiences, and sometimes it's a mix of several life events into one, so it's not a straight narrative. And every now and then, it's just like a dream that I had. I made up a story.
Amazing. And what does that song process, like kind of like songwriting process look like? Like, do you sit down and write songs, or do they come to you, or is it?
Usually what happens is, to be honest, I get a melody stuck in my head, and a lot of times it's somebody else's melody. And I'll be sitting at work, and I'll just be like making up song lyrics, and I'll get on my computer at work when I have a minute, and I'll like email them to myself. And then I'll forget about it for like 6 weeks, and then I'll find these lyrics, and I'll trim them down, and I won't remember what melody I wrote them to, and I'll try and work backwards from that.
Interesting. I like that process. That's a very interesting one. Do you want to play another song now? Or do you
Yeah, why don't we do that? This one is called Take a Picture. I'm having to cut out a lot of naughty words from this, so I don't think it carries the same gravitas. But we're on the radio, and I asked to be on the radio. It's about being a visible trans woman, and sort of the two things that I get are people that are like, ooh, and people that are like, hmm. And it's sort of the, in between those two. I'm tired of walking through your world. I'm tired of the glares, the apprehension. Lockwood looks at my polyester hair. Love is tell, so you stop and you stare, and I hit mesmerized. And I'm not your trans girl prize. I say, take a picture, it'll last a little longer. Take a picture, it'll last a little longer. I'm tired of walking through your world. I'm not your gay boy. Hey, what's up, girl? Like you never seen my kind. You gotta learn the pain on mine. I'm now asking for attention. Leave me out of your mentions. I said, take a picture, it'll last a little longer. Take a picture, it'll last a little longer. Go ahead and stare. We're gonna stare right back. I say, go ahead and stare. We're gonna stare right back. I say, take a picture, it'll last a little longer, last a little longer, last a little longer. Take a picture, it'll last a little longer, last a little longer. Take a picture. I'm tired of walking through your world.
Awesome. That was Take a Picture by Jessica Amelia. And I'd like to know kind of what your musical influences are and kind of what you would define your music as, because I think you're kind of punkish, but also you've got some folky and a lot of really cool influences.
Yeah, I think what I play now, I guess we would call it folk punk, although folk punk evokes like a certain early 2000s
AJJ vibes.
Yeah, which I don't really quite, I'm not really quite that, but I'm like punk inspired folk. My inspirations come from all over the place because I listen to like a little bit of everything. I mean, like I was listening to the first Anthrax album on the way over here.
Amazing.
And I listen to a lot of female-fronted hip-hop right now. Princess Nokia just dropped 2 new albums, and I'm so excited. Against Me, obviously, as a trans woman, is a huge influence. But I grew up on 80s LA punk stuff, like Germs and X and Fear, DI, Agent Orange, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so when you perform, do you prefer to like perform live, or are you more of like you like to be in the studio recording yourself? Or
I love to be on a stage. It is where I'm at my happiest, especially when I have a backup. But even solo, I'm much happier out on a stage than I am in, because I just overthink everything if I'm in the studio.
Yeah, I get that. It's hard when you're kind of on your own, and like you just recorded an album and it's coming up soon, right?
Yes. It's recorded. I'm in the process of mixing it.
So are you doing it all on your own?
I did everything on my own. My friend Adrian
Snaps.
Cooper Smith played drums on one track. Everything else is me and my spouse on some backup vocals.
Awesome. And what was kind of that process like? Like, how long did that take? What did you kind of feel while recording? Was it all like, I want to get this done, or has it been like a long process?
It has been a long process, mostly just because I stop a lot in between. I think I knocked out the basics of every song like in under a month. It was just kind of like in my off time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent a lot of time beating myself up trying to like play drums because I'm not a drummer.
It's hard.
And doing some overdubs with the ukulele, and we have a little toy glockenspiel. But I mean, I think I knocked out all the basics in a month or two, but then I just been like beating myself up over it for the last like year.
Yeah, I know some artists are like, I went to the studio for 10 hours straight and recorded everything. Like, that's like crazy to me as an artist.
That's how my
Yeah.
bands used to do it.
I think it's when you have a lot of people around, but when you're a solo, like you want to like make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah.
But so you like to play live. Do you have any like favorite places to play? Like, are you like have like preference to any one particular venue?
I
or just
love
everywhere?
playing the radio bean. It's just always
love
a
Radio Bean.
fun time. Plus, people out there always buy merch.
That's always a perk. How many more songs do you have? Like,
As many as you want.
well, if you want to play a couple more, and then we can talk a little bit more, and then like one more out, or like. how
Okay,
many-
I have a song for going out.
Oh, cool. Well, we
So
keep that on.
why don't I do one of mine and then a quick cover?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk and then we'll do one out.
Beautiful.
Oh, we'll do this one. This one's called 800 Miles. It's about moving my friend from Chicago to Brooklyn in one day.
Wow.
I saw that look.
Yeah, that's a long.
Aluminum cylinders to steel boxes, tarmac tunnels, and you hide from the heat. July to walk up. Let's kill the night. It's a pity. Concrete dot and burn. What's the price of gasoline? Are you ready? Are you ready to leave? On a slept morning, you got through the suburbs. Light rail mess you up. See, I didn't swear. July to walk you for another box, and we're out of here by nightfall. Say, what's the price of gasoline? Are you ready? Are you ready to leave? Is 800 miles enough? Is 800 miles? Is 800 miles enough? Is 800 miles? And you pull the trigger, it's a metaphor you won't. I can take the blame, but I just can't bear the guilt. This is a quick cover by a band called MDC, which stood for a lot of different things every album. I don't think I can say all of them, so we'll just call them MDC. But growing up as a young LGBTQ individual, they were one of the few visibly LGBTQ things in the. Can I say the Q word?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Okay,
in
they were
this
one
context,
of the
yes.
few visibly queer bands in the punk scene, and obviously were before my time. But it was like one of those few aspects of the scene that I grew up in that gave me some place to feel like I was home. And this song meant a lot to me. It's called "America So Straight." Rebel on the street, back of my face, stockings on my feet. Leather straps keep asking me why I can't be a North American guy. Will make America so straight. Me so bad would make America so straight. Me so bad would make America so straight. Let the land of the free, let the home of the brave. Call me a queen when I'm just another human being. Will make America so straight. Me so bad would makes America so straight. Me so bad would make America so straight. We're throwing your power and you turn us sick and sour. Your justice is a lie. We're gonna fight it until we die. We'll make America so straight. Me so bad would makes America so straight. Me so bad would make America so straight.
Awesome. So that was 800 Miles by Jessica Amelia, and then America So Straight by MDC,
Yes.
performed by Jessica Amelia. Can you tell me some like musical goals you have? Do you have any like really special like bucket list things for your musical career, or kind of just what you're aiming for out of this?
I want to get this darn album out.
Yes.
And I want to find a drummer and a practice space I can afford, both of which are hard in this town.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do you ever play anywhere outside of Burlington? Do you ever travel at all, or?
I played a friend's basement. Where the heck was that? Down by Rutland.
Oh, is it Brattleboro?
No, not that far south.
Okay, I'm from like near Brattleboro. There's a big punk scene. You can probably find
I know,
a
yes.
good basement
There's
to
a
play.
great one, yeah.
But so you have like musical goals. Do you have any particular like memories you'd like to share of like being a musician, and like just something really really special that was like a happy memory that I don't know.
I think
favorite thing?
my favorite musical memory was doing the reunion. We did the reunion gig at 242 with my old band Spies in America.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rough Francis invited us to open up for them at Higher Ground. And it was the first time I'd ever played like a venue.
Yes.
Like I used to playing places like when I was on tour, we played like ABC No Rio. We played warehouses. We played basement shows, you know. It was my first time and I'm like, yeah, Higher Ground was the big time for me, but that was cool. That was
Oh,
fun.
that's
That
so
was
cool.
like
Yes.
that was fun. I'm used to playing. I think Drive the Hour, my old punk band. We played some weird shows. We played the Fair. We opened up for roller derby one time. I had a thrash band once that played the Half Lounge, opening up for a hip hop band from Chicago.
Whoa. You've
Yeah.
got tons of. That's awesome. You've got a great musical career there. That's like.
Actually,
Very
my
fun.
favorite show was at a house show at this old punk house called the Narthex, and we played New Year's Eve with my thrash band, and we went on right at midnight, like right as it like 3, 2, 1, the ball falls, and then we were like, bam, we went on.
Amazing.
And there was this tradition in the olden days of like when you were bringing in the new year, you made a big loud noise to just scare everything out. And that was like, we were up there and we're like, we're your big loud noise.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your music, and thank you for like voicing your voice, because we
Thank you.
need a lot more trans voices everywhere. So thank
you.
you so much for that. Can you plug all of your social medias and anywhere people can find your music? Upcoming shows?
I don't have any shows going on right now, actually. Jessica Amelia, .bandcamp.com is where I'm putting up my new music, and
Album soon.
album soon. I was working on that this morning, and then Love and Crossbones on Instagram.
Awesome.
If you're one of those people,
Instagram people.
I am.
Awesome. Can you play me out then?
Yeah, I'll play you out with this is called Gay in Space.
Love.
I'm tired of the scene, tired of the straights, tired of all of the cisgender hate. I'm tired of the president, I'm running out of hope. I'm tired of my friends hanging, smoking dope when I just wanna be gay in space with you. I just wanna be gay in space with you. It's a one-way mission, there's no turning back. Well, I don't care when you look at me like that. There'll be no one to catcall, no one to harass, no man out there to grab our ass. I say, I just wanna be gay in space with you. I just wanna be gay in space with you. So put me on a rocket ship and blast me off to Mars. Just make sure we got fully stocked bars. I don't care what the straights have to say. It's a female-only mission and it's gay, gay, gay. I just wanna be gay in space with you. I just wanna be gay in space with you. So here I am, I'm gay in space with you, and nothing else what I'd rather do. Ain't no need to fight, no cuss, Sally Ride, claim space for us. I just wanna be gay in space with you. I just wanna be gay in space with you, with you.
Awesome. So that was Gay in Space by Jessica Amelia. Thank you so much again for coming on. I very much enjoyed this. This was very fun.
Thank you. I had fun. Sorry if I was a little off, and sorry about the technical snafu.
Oh no, we love that. That's what makes Rocket Shop Rocket Shop. And this has been Rocket Shop on 105.9 FM The Radiator, WOMMLP Burlington. I've been your host, Genevieve Rossi. Tune in next week to listen to our guests Daisy World and Mr. Wilcox. Thanks, y'all.